All right, you got a Harbor Freight floor jack or really any kind of floor jack, you need to know how to bleed it. And if you got grease fittings on it, you know how to grease it. And sometimes, if you're stupid enough, you need to know how to replace the Zerk fitting. So we're gonna go through all of that here with my Daytona long reach, with a 3-ton long reach low profile. So let's jump into it. All right, the first step is prep. Now in my case, this jack's a bit older and the label's been coming off, so I'm like, let's just get rid of it. I used some WD-40 there to eat into it and help get this off, and then I use those are the Work Pro plastic razor blades. I've been finding tons of uses for those things. Really love those things. Anyway, then you get over here and remove the cover plate so you can get to the fill port and all the other stuff down there. Now we use this jack outside, we use it inside. It's been used and abused. It's filled with debris and like leaves and all sorts of other gunk. So we got to get in there and clean it all out. We're gonna get a vacuum in here and just kind of go to town on it. We're not going to make it perfect. We're not trying to make it showroom ready, but just enough to get a few more years of service out of it without any more problems. So anyway, get in there with the vacuum and clean it all out. And then we're gonna get in there with some more WD-40, because WD-40, it's not good for lubricating, but it's great for breaking things up. It's designed to get underneath and lift, debris and stuff off of metal, and that's what it's good at. I find, we got some old grease down in there. We got some, all sorts of dirt caked on oil, stuff like that. Get in there with the WD-40, the brush, and the towel, and maybe even a pick to get some of that old grease, man. It did not want to come out of there, so we get in there and we kind of get it loose, and I even use the pick to shove the towel around some later to really get it cleaned out. But now let's get to repair. Now the first thing is the Zerk fitting, aka the grease fittings there. Somehow I managed to shear it off at some point. So I'm using the vacuum there to clear out the port, just make sure there's no debris that we're going to push down into the grease. It's an 8mm, just in case you're looking for these, 8mm. I'll put links to all the parts and tools that I used in this in case you're looking for at least most of the tools. So anyway, 8mm socket there to tighten it down. You don't have to crank on this. It's a brass fitting. You don't need to crush it or anything. It's going to be just fine. Now for the grease, kind of overkill here, but I decided to bust out the Hercules grease gun because I hadn't had a chance to use it and I've been dying for an opportunity. I'm going to go to town on the trailer and some other stuff, but this is my first chance to use it. I got to tell you, it was, simple as all heck to use. You just load up the grease like you would any other grease gun, screw it back in there, release the handle on it, and you're pretty much ready to go. Oh yeah, it does need one other thing. You kind of need to put a battery on it. Oh yeah, that helps. So you just snap it on here, and it doesn't take forever. Just keep running it to all the grease that's coming out is no longer dirty. It's clean grease. And then, just clean up after that. You want to get down there. The less grease you leave on it, the less that you're going to have to clean off later, because it's going to attract all sorts of stuff. It's tacky. I mean, it's literally called red tacky grease. And there you can see, that's why it's important to get the old grease out. All right, now let's talk about bleeding it. That's probably why most of you are here for this video, is what do you need to do? And this jack, it's pretty simple here. There's your fill bolt right there. You just got to remove that. And then the oil in there should be just above the metal that you see down there. And this one was clearly low. It needed some love. So we're going to go ahead and fill it up. Fortunately, don't have a funnel with me today. I've taken them all up to the motor vehicle park to run the generators and other stuff. So I straight to the 3D printer. I went into Bamboo Lab, just did a quick search for funnel, grabbed the first one, threw it in the slicer there, set it up with high flow PET G because it's chemical resistant, printed in about 10 seconds. Okay, it took like 55 minutes to be honest. But I just, I'm starting with that, and I said, you know what? I'll just work on the other stuff first, got everything else done, and this was ready pretty much in time. By the time I did all the other work and I filmed everything and I got everything done, it was just good timing. And, what was it, 36 cents I think it cost me? And it's as good or not better quality than the other little funnels that I have. Just save me a trip. All right, then you just want to fill it up here. I go a little excessive on this because I'll just bleed it out. I want to make sure I get the right amount in there. You just want to bring the oil till it's above the metal that's in there. That's way overfilled there. So we're going to burp this. Well, first we're going to blot it, and then we're going to burp this and get some of that out of there. You want to pump it like 10 to 15 times is what Harbor Freight recommends on this jack. Your jack may differ. Remember, this is a 3-ton jack. It's going to vary based on the size of the piston, a bunch of stuff. But we're going to run this a bunch of times, get all the air bubbles out, get the level to where we want it, and then wipe it all down afterwards. Also really helpful, put a rag underneath it right here so you don't have oil running everywhere. That's the nice thing about these blue shop towels here. I keep around it. They're just pretty much disposable at this point. You just throw them at any kind of problem there. And then you just seal it back up. All right. And then, and when you're burping it, you want to have it in the unlocked position when you're pumping it. And then we put it in the locked position, and here we go. It just, nice and smooth back to the old action, just like when we got it. The Zerk fittings there. We'll get the rest of that stuff off there later. As I said, links and stuff down below. It's really easy to service your own jack, and I highly recommend that you give it a try. Anyway, if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.